Hey guys, my name is Pamela and welcome back to my channel, At Home With Me. So today we're going to be talking about the Q course. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about how long the soldiers are away from their families, and I think that's like a really important topic, and it's super popular because you want to know, how long is my husband or wife going to be away from me? To be honest, there's nothing that is going to be like a perfect outline as to how long they're going to be away. But what you need to know is just that you need to, as a spouse, you need to just move on like you're living a normal life and really just take care of yourself, take care of work, take care of the kids, or the dogs or the house, and really treat it like your husband is at work as well. So after selection and your husband or your spouse gets selected, they're gonna go to the Q course. The Q course is in Fort Bragg. In some cases, it's on base. In some cases, they go to Camp McCall, which is where they actually did selection. And so throughout their throughout the Q course, they're gonna be going through history of special forces. They're gonna learn their language, the culture. They're gonna take they're gonna do like Robin Sage. They're gonna go through SUT, SEER school. And so it's really going to be tailored to them getting ready to be sent to their team in whatever base that they get chosen for. So there is no perfect time that I can give you as to how long they're going to be away, because especially with MOS, every guy is probably going to get a different MOS. So my husband was a Bravo, which means that he was a weapons sergeant. So he was in charge of everything weapon related, right? So his training was actually not that long as an MOS. And to be honest, I think that now things are a little bit more different. So some MOSs might be shorter than others. Also, language was, when my husband did language, it was part of the Q course, whereas to now you graduate before you go to language school. And language can vary when it comes to time. Sean's was French, and I think his language was 6 months. So it wasn't particularly long, or as long as other languages might be. But just know that not every language is going to be the same. So your spouse is going to be gone a little bit longer than others. Honestly, the Q course is, at least in my opinion, it was completely fine. I did not feel like he was gone so long that it was like a deployment or anything like that. When they start SEER school, SUT, anything like that, they're going to be gone for about 2 to 3 weeks at a time, if I remember correctly. The trick to these moments when they're absent is just to move on. Go to work, build up your own routine, do what you need to do for yourself and for your family. They're going to, the one thing that actually is nice is that, yeah, they're out training, but they're not in danger, you know? And so in the military life, in the military world, if your husband's deployed, that's the toughest part, because not only are they gone and you miss them and you need help with this and that, but they're also in dangerous territory. So you're a little bit more anxious, you're a little bit more frustrated, and you miss them even more, right? But when you're going through the Q course, it's a lot different. It's more laid back. When they're gone, they're gone. They're training. They're not doing anything crazy. They're just learning what they need to do once they get to their teams. And then when they come back, they come back. So the thing that I did was I just developed a routine with the gym. And I know some of you already have like full-time jobs, so that will keep you busy as well. The one thing that I really liked that I did, because I wasn't working at the time, and Mia was really little, And so it was really hard for me to go to like a full-on college, but instead I did go through certifications. So I just got certified for personal training at the time, and it was just something for me, for myself to do, to keep me on track with my fitness routines and my fitness lifestyle. I was able to like build a group for fitness within the base for spouses, and that's pretty much what I dedicated myself to during that time. While he was gone, I would have a babysitter, and then I would go and run a fitness group with the wives on base. Just make sure that you're giving yourself time for personal growth, aside from having a job and taking care of your family. At the beginning, I was super OCD about, just knowing what courses he's going through, what phase he's going through. And this time it wasn't like selection. During SFAS, I was able to kind of follow along through those 3 or 4 weeks of him being gone, and I was able to phase it down so that I could know exactly what he was going through. But for the Q course, at the beginning I did, and I was like, okay, he's doing this week or next month or whatnot. But after a while, just life set in, and I was just like, okay, you're leaving again? Cool. See you in 2 weeks or so. Like, I was done. I was so tired of following, like, a routine as to when and what he was leaving for, that I was just like, you know what? I know that you're training, and I know that you're trying to get ready for your actual job after this. So, you know what? Just go. Good luck. I love you, and I'll see you in a couple weeks or so. And that's just how it is, guys. Like, they leave so constantly that you just, like, it doesn't matter anymore what they're leaving for, because it's not necessarily a test anymore. It's just them going to like school or training. And then in between those times that they leave, they're going to be home most of the time. And let's say language school is not something that they just leave for and they're gone. No, they actually leave in the morning and then they come home in the afternoon, pretty much like a regular job. And so you get time with your family at night, just like, Monday to Friday, you go to work and then you come home at night and you get the weekends off. That was pretty much the life throughout the Q course. And things that he left for were, for example, like SEER school. SEER school, I think, was like 2 weeks or so. And it's kind of like, I'm sure they've told you what SEER school is. And it's nothing but, pretty much just survival at that point for them. So they do leave, but 2 weeks goes by really quick. And honestly, you start to learn that a couple weeks here and there is really not that big of a deal for them to be gone. And it gets you ready for, deployments. It gets that mentality going for how you're going to handle deployments and longer training sessions. When I asked Sean and we kind of talk about what he felt that helped them the most that I did as a supportive spouse, he just said that, it was really nice for me to not give him a hard time about constantly leaving. I was never in his face about how much he had to miss or be absent for, because at the end of the day, you do end up feeling a little bit like a single parent. But I don't know, you kind of just get used to it, guys. Like, it's not necessarily something that I was upset about. Sean didn't choose to be absent. He chose to defend our country, and not only that, but he chose to do it with the most elite group, one of the most elite groups in the military. And so that kind of just, you have to get into that mentality that your husband or your spouse is doing something really important, not just for you, but for your country. And you just kind of start accepting the fact that they're going to be gone, and you just have to, do your part and take care of home. And so to wrap it up, all I'm going to say about the Q course is it's not that bad as it sounds. A lot of people are concerned about their spouses being gone for so long, and because the Q course is longer than selection, but it's not bad at all. I I feel like the Q course was actually one of the best times that I had with him, because when he was home, he was actually home. Like, he did not think about anything else. I think the only time that he really had to like come home and study was when he was going through MOS training and language school, because he has to learn all of the things that, you know, they learn in class. So those were the only times that I remember that he would come home and study, but it wasn't that bad. So don't let it intimidate you. You know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're going to be gone for so long. You know, you're going to hate it. You're going to be like a single mom or a single parent. How are you going to go through that? Are you sure you want your husband to be gone all that time? It's so dangerous. Listen, if that's what they want to do, you know, the way I think of it is, if Sean wants to do something as big and as important as that, who am I to hold him back? I'm not his mother. I am his partner, and my job is to push him and support him in everything that he wants to do, because that's just, to me, that's the role that I chose as a spouse. And he does the same for me as well, you know. So don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. I didn't want to go into too much detail about the Q course because it is lengthy. And honestly, they just have to go and they have to do their training, and then they're the ones that are going through it. So, and it's a lot longer. You know, I feel like we were in North Carolina for like 1.5 to 2 years. It felt kind of long. It might have not been that long, but it felt like it. And honestly, the only thing that I remember from it, I don't have any negative experiences that I remember. I just remember that I worked out a lot, and then whenever he would come home, he would stay home with Mia, which gave him that like daddy and daughter time. And then I would go to the gym, and then I'd come back, and then we'd have dinner together every day. And then whenever, you know, me and him could work out together, we would. So we were always spending a lot of time together when he wasn't training or he wasn't in class. So just take advantage of the moments that your spouse is home, and trust me, it'll go by so fast. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching again. I hope this video was a little bit helpful. I didn't want to make it too crazy with details and going in depth, because honestly, this is all you need. This is all you need to know. You just need to get through it and be positive. It's not a big deal. You got it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.